What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to look at some big, important reveals from OP-09. The lovely folks over at Bandai have gone and started revealing some of the English cards from OP-09, which is... it's creeping closer. It is creeping closer. But there are some big cards from OP-09 that have gone and been revealed that I think we need to have a little bit of a look at. So let's go and have a little bit of a look at them. Remember, the set is releasing in December, and somehow we still don't have the actual release date officially confirmed here. We just officially know it's December. Now, we all know at this stage it's going to be the 13th of December, because, well, it's not exactly a secret at this point. It's been on distributor websites for a long time, but it's not actually official yet, and that's very, very important. So, yeah. It's weird that they've not just come out and said anything more than December, and we know it's going to be the 13th, but it's weird that they haven't told us that. And yes, it's close to Christmas, but as I told you before, even though generally in the West we don't release products close to Christmas, this is less than 2 weeks before Christmas, but we have Premium Booster 01. And essentially, the reason you don't release too close to Christmas is because you lose that Christmas shopping time. But One Piece already have that Christmas shopping time with Premium Booster 01, so they can afford to release this a little bit closer. And the thing is, OP-09 is a big deal. OP-09 is a special set. It is a very big set. And part of the reason is, let's just start here, Gold Manga Rare Roger. And look, we never thought for a second that this wasn't going to be in the set. Obviously, this was going to be in the set, but now we've actually had a nice English reveal of it. We got the English photo, shows all the foiling and that, and this is a ridiculous card. An absolutely ridiculous card. It says, well, including the old art and the comic version, but that does not do it justice. The comic version does not really show quite how good this card is. And we don't know what the pull rate for this is going to be. We have no idea. But put it this way. If we take comps over in Japan, for instance, because what we can do is we can have a look at the prices over in Japan, and the prices in Japan will give us some indication of relative rarity of these cards over in Japan. And it's not guaranteed that we're going to have the same proportional rarity over here, but it's pretty likely. So, we're getting a Manga Luffy in OP-09, which is the biggest manga rare, which, as I record, hasn't been revealed in English, which is a little bit sad. But that one is sitting at about 200,000 yen over in Japan, and that is the big manga rare from OP-09. Yeah, Gold Roger is 500,000 yen. To put it another way, that is 2.5 times the biggest manga in the set. There's 4 in the set. 4 mangas in the set. Biggest one is Luffy. This is 2.5 times the Luffy. And I think that should basically tell you what you need to know here. This Gol D Roger is huge, and I suppose technically there's a chance that it's not as rare in English, but I don't see why it wouldn't be. It doesn't really make a huge amount of sense. So, yeah. Expect this to be a redonkulously expensive card. Expect it to be a redonkulously rare card. And this is the big hit from OP-09. This is the absolute slam dunk giant hit from OP-09. This is what everyone's going to be looking for. But we have also been shown the alternate art and the regular version, and these are no slouches either. Because this is a very interesting card. We've got 10 cost, that's a lot. 13k, that is absolutely huge. No counter. And rush. So 13k with rush, redonk. But when your opponent activates blocker, and it doesn't have to be in response to this card's attack, just whenever they activate blocker if Gol D Roger's on the board, if either you or your opponent has 0 life cards, you win the game. which really is just another way of saying if Gol D is on the board and either player has no life, your opponent cannot block. They literally can't block. They're not allowed to block. There will be no blocking. Now, I've been scouring deck lists over in Japan where OP-09 has been legal for a little while at this stage, and we're not talking about the biggest card ever in terms of playability, but it is seeing play in some red Shanks decks. Generally kind of as a one-off, as a big end of the game bonus, so to speak, but it is popping up in some decks. And while we're here, let's have a quick look at the leaders. All the leaders have been shown off, I believe, with their alternate art equivalents. So let's have a little bit of a gander. Now, Shanks is a very good leader, which has seen a lot of play and success over in Japan. And what we've got here is Mono Leader, 5,000 power, 5 life. And once per turn, this effect can be activated when your opponent attacks. Give one of your opponent's leader or character cards minus 1,000 power for the turn. Yeah, it's a very good leader. Your opponent having a constant, and there's other red cards in the set which lower power. Your opponent constantly having to have more counter and more power is actually super annoying. You'll notice we also have alt art leaders here, which are proper manga rares. We've then got Lim, which is the worst leader in the set, I'm going to be honest with you. We are getting a lot of Odyssey cards being released, and there's more coming in future sets, so Lim might be good at some point. Not right now. But we've got 5,000 power, 4 life, monocolor green and purple. Your characters are played rested. That's terrible. That's horrendous. Boo! But then activate main once per turn, rest free Don, and you add a Don card from your Don deck and rest it, and play an Odyssey character with a cost of 5 or less from your hand. Great skill, huge downside. We've got Gear 5 Luffy, which has seen a little bit of play and a little bit of success here and there. Not one of the biggest leaders in the set, but it's seen a bit of play. And we've got a dual color purple and black. Don X1, all your characters gain 1 cost. Get that little bit of protection, that's lovely. And on your turn, once per turn, when 2 or more Don on your field are returned to your Don deck, you get 1 back active and 1 back rested. Very nice. Lot of potential here, seen a bit of play. Buggy has also seen a bit of play here and there. Again, it's not the huge leader in the set, but has seen play. It's a 5,000 power, 5 life mono blue. And activate main, you may rest 5 Don and trash a card from your hand to play a cross-guild character from your hand. Basically here, you pay 5 to play any cost of cross-guild character from your hand. That is brilliant. Really good skill. We got Nico Robin, who's popped up a little bit here and there winning, which is lovely. We've got a dual color purple and yellow, Lakers leader as people like to call it. And we've got Banish, and when attacking you can trash a card with trigger from your hand to add a Don card from your Don deck rested. Another leader that has a lot of potential. And then, quite possibly the best leader from the set, which has been winning in big tournaments, is Marshall D. Teach. Mono black, your on-play effects are negated, but you just don't play any. And activate main, trash a card from your hand. Your opponent's on-play effects are negated until the end of your opponent's next turn. So basically, neither you nor your opponent has on-play effects. But the big difference here is that you've built your deck knowing that you're not going to have access to them, and your opponent has not. And that makes a big deal. The only one of these leaders I've really not seen winning over in Japan is Lim. Lim is just not anywhere, but Shanks and Blackbeard are so far proving to be the best 2 of them. And you know how I said we didn't have the Luffy manga rare revealed, which I found very upsetting? Well, the good news is I can show you the other 3 manga rares. Your Shanks, your Blackbeard, your Marshall D. Teach, and your Buggy. And I'm sure the second I make this video and post it, then yeah, they'll go and reveal the next one, because why would they not? But as it stands at the moment, we don't have Luffy, we have the other 3. The fact that there are 4 manga rares in the set is a very big deal. I keep telling you guys over and over again what a big deal this set is, and it is. And partly it's the gold manga Roger, which is huge. Partly it's the fact that we've got a ridiculous set of leaders. Best set of leaders since OP-05. It's wonderful. But also 4 manga rares. 4 manga rares is relevant and big and exciting, and people are going to get behind this. People are going to be excited about this, and they should be, frankly. They should be very excited about this. OP-09, as I've told you a bunch of times, is a very big set. Just as a quick reminder about the manga rares then, we've got ourselves the Shanks. Here are all 3 versions of Shanks. And 10 cost, 12,000 power. Give all of your opponent's characters minus 1,000 power. And it's got Rush. Great card, obviously jumps out into Shanks decks. We've got ourselves Blackbeard, which, yes, does show up in Blackbeard decks, obviously. 10 cost, 12,000 power with blocker. And activate main once per turn if your leader has a Blackbeard Pirates type. And this character was played on this turn. Negate the effect of one of your opponent's leader during this turn. Then negate the effect of up to one of your opponent's characters. And that character cannot attack until the end of your opponent's next turn. Yeah, Blackbeard turns off basically everything. And the wording here is important because you can only use it on the turn you play it. It's in all but name an on-play skill, but because it's not an on-play skill in name, it means that it's not negated by Blackbeard. And then I can show you all 3 versions of Buggy here. Buggy's 10 cost, 12,000 power, and on play, place up to one of your opponent's characters at the bottom of their deck. Then if you do not have 5 characters of a cost of 5 or more, put this character at the bottom of the owner's deck. So when it comes in, it bumps one of your opponent's characters, yay, but you've got to have basically a full board, 5 characters, all of whom have a cost of 5 or more to keep Buggy on the field. But that's where your leader skill's going to come in handy. So there we go. 3 manga rares, all 6 alternate art leaders, gold manga Roger confirmed. I'm hyped about OP-09. You should be hyped about OP-09. But now I want to hear from you guys. Tell me what you think about this. Tell me how hyped you are for the set. Tell me what you're looking forward to. Tell me anything you want to tell me in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.